This guy that I'm going to bring up is a dear friend of mine, another amazing Millionaire Mastermind group member, top marketer, top producer. This guy needs no introduction. He's a great guy, Mr. Michael Force. What's up, buddy?
Awesome stuff, Greg. Thanks. Go kill some fish. Well, everyone, they wanted me to come out here and share a couple of things with you. I think there's been a common theme that you probably noticed today. We've been talking about a lot of non-Google stuff. I think you probably got a sense of that. And I want to talk a little bit about getting back on Google. I want to talk a little bit about content and why search engines are so important, and some of the projects that I've been working on, some of the things that I've been doing that has been helping my team. And I'm about to launch here in about a little less than a week, and you're going to see it everywhere, and it's going to bring a lot of value to the entire community, because I think that it's where everything's going and has been going for a while. The Make Money offer is dead. It's about education. It's about curriculum, as Jay and Aaron said. It's changing. A lot of things are changing. You kind of have to be on the cutting edge. You have to be able to see and feel these trends and things that are changing the marketplace, because the internet does not stand still for a single second and for no one. So you always have to be adapting and changing. So let's jump right into it. First and foremost, creating unique and niche content. Niche blogs for different categories. I targeted 10 different categories. You know, the main ones: home business, MLM. I go after small business, franchise business. I go after all kinds of niches, always finding something. Internet marketing, all these different niches I went after. I built a blog for every single one of them. I write a blog post. I actually have someone who does this. Obviously, when you can afford to do so, you're going to want to do that. But if you're in the beginning, you're going to want to be writing all these things yourself and building as much content on the internet as humanly possible, unique content. Write one article a day, one blog post a day, do one video a day, and just keep on doing it. Understand that this stuff is going to accumulate. But when you're doing this stuff, make sure that you are offering value. You kept hearing value-driven. You kept hearing Juan Walker talking about doing things. He's showing a little bit of training. He's not giving away the farm, but he's giving a little taste. He's giving a little bit of that carrot to pull them in a little bit. So make sure that you're doing that. Start solving problems, being unique. Create a voice. Find your own voice. Don't try to be Juan Walker. Don't try to be me. Be yourself. Talk about what you're passionate about, what excites you. And you'll find that you're going to get a lot of results. Use metaphors, all the other things I hear. Create stories, entertain, educate. You saw Greg, a great entertainer, and he tracks people from all walks of life. I mean, he has a huge team as well. So make sure that you're doing all of that. Like I always say, there's a million ways to $1 million. Just find your way, and you'll get there. Educate, always part of it, and obviously distribute via the channels: Google, all the search engines, Yahoo, Bing, YouTube, all the free ones out there in the beginning until you start getting some sales and rolling, and then you can get into bigger things, maybe CPA, maybe radio, like they were saying, have your own TV shows. You can do all this stuff down the line. But in the beginning, start with the things that are free, places where you can get SEO'd. We had a great SEO training today, so make sure that you're doing all of those little things. And one of the things that really hit me today that I remembered, and I actually had this in my slide, is what Fernie was saying, is that people share content. They don't share capture pages. So think about that. They're not going to say, "Oh, I saw this amazing headline and this, crazy guy swimming with the sharks," right? I mean, maybe they would in Greg's case, but content, something, solving a problem, educating them, finding a solution to whatever pain or thing they're looking for, and you'll find yourself getting a lot of followers. That's actually where I'm moving toward. Create unique video content. This piggybacks off of unique content as well. We all see all top marketers do it. You see Mike Dillard, you see Frank Kern, you see Ryan Dice doing all these little video trainings, right? These little PowerPoint video trainings that you do. With all of the curriculum and everything that we have in the back office, not as much as these guys, but you're on your way to learning as much as these guys. So start taking some of that knowledge. Start taking some of that education and saying, "I know how to monetize Twitter. So I'm going to show you 2 to 3 minutes and 2 to 3 slides on how to do that." And you'll pull people in. More people want to learn this industry and this skill set than any other industry that I have ever seen. More people are excited about social media and monetizing the internet, leverage, time, all of these kind of things. Business running 24/7 to the largest market, 1.5 billion people all over the planet. I mean, you just don't get that in traditional business. So make sure you capitalize on it. Start training, start teaching people. But again, don't give everything away. Give things in little bites. So you pull people in a little bit, give them a little bit more, just like Juan was saying. Always be creative. Seek and find a different spin on things. If you see something out there, don't just cut and paste it or copy and do the exact same thing. Make it your own voice, make it your own, and law of attraction will do the rest, and you'll attract people to your business. And always be passionate about everything that you do. Be excited, be pumped. I mean, when I do webinars, I'm so excited and so pumped about what I'm training and what I'm teaching, or when I do a sales presentation, every phone call that I do, anytime that I'm on the phone and I'm having a conversation about this business model, I am on my feet and I'm practically screaming through the phone. I know it doesn't sound like it on my webinars. Everybody tells me that I sound like I'm half asleep, but I'm trying to yell. I feel like I'm being passionate, but I guess I just have one of those lower tone voices. But so yeah, do all of that. Just give them a taste. That's all going to gain credibility. That's all going to get you to be that expert. And what do? People want to learn from experts. People want to follow leaders. People want to follow people that have something that they want. So be that person, and you'll find yourself to be much more effective in your marketing. Content ideas, obviously research all the most profitable keywords, which most of you already know what they are, and if you don't, you can find most of them in the back office. You can always go after new niches, always follow trends, always building new ad groups, always building, writing new articles, always finding new niches that you can go after and capitalize on. They're out there. That's one of the great things that I love about this business, is that if I sold vitamins all day, I'd have to target everybody who only wants vitamins. Where it's a product line, whatever your product line is, and it's also an education. So everybody wants that. Everybody wants a make money opportunity mixed with an education. So you can go after niches for decades. That's one of the powerful things about this model. Visit popular. People always ask me, where should I get some ideas? Where should I get some really good stuffs for content? I'm looking for content. Everyone in this room goes after it every single day. You're all on CNN.com every day. You're all on MSNBC.com every day. You're all on the most popular blog sites. You're all looking at business.com and about.com, and you're all running around all these sites. It's all right in front of you. Take that content and that information and apply it in a smaller form and tell it in your own way with your own spin and story on it. But don't cut and paste. Never cut and paste, because that's not what the search engines want. That's not what is going to serve you, because if somebody sees, oh, this guy just regurgitated, and cut and pasted someone else's stuff, I mean, it's not going to serve you. I mean, we're called carbon copy, but, I don't want you to carbon copy exactly everything that we do. We want you to copy the strategy. We want you to copy, the idea of what we're trying to do. Make it your own. Search Google for these things, Google Trends. You can go to Alexa and find trends. You can do things like that and see what's popular out there, what's gaining momentum on the internet, things like that. So sites to create unique content. Hopefully you can read some of that. There's a lot of them out there. You can go and find places where all these little sites are. I mean, you can see all of them, Netlog, you can go to Photolog. You can just type in popular, content sites, and you'll probably get the same list somewhere. So make sure that you're going out there and seeing where you can add content, where you can add value. Obviously, the big ones are like YouTube, things like that. So, but there's a lot more. There's a lot of social media sites. There's a lot of places where you can put content and capitalize on people who are just surfing the internet. So be there. Be where they are. And you'll find yourself getting a lot of traffic. Again, don't cut and paste. Outsource to leverage your time. There's a lot of great places. It depends on the outsourcing. There's certain things that I don't outsource, like article writing. I won't go to the Philippines or India for that kind of outsourcing, because it depends on your demographic or the market that you're targeting. I mean, if you're targeting, the US, for example, you want to make sure that somebody who's writing your articles relates to that culture, talks their language, is articulate in that verbiage, et cetera. So you definitely want to make sure that there's certain things that you outsource to certain places. And it's not always about going for the lowest bidder either. Be conscious of that. The lowest bidder does not always get you the best results. Go on, all the different outsourcing sites that you see out there, and you can find all kinds of people to do all kinds of things for you. I mean, if you want to have them write articles, if you want to have them write press releases, if you want to have them write blog posts, if you want to have them write Twitter, all the things that we teach you how to do, there's someone out there that will do it for you if you have the budget. Always be creating unique, relevant, and transparent content. Be consistent, because understand that if you create one video today, 365 days from now, 1 year from now, you have 365 videos. 365 videos drives a lot more traffic than one. So don't do 5 and say, oh, I'm going to give up, forget it. Well, I didn't get very many leads. Just keep on doing it. Think about your jobs. Think about your businesses that you used to have before. Cumulatively, you worked 2,000 hours, I think it is, the average employee works. So put in 2,000 hours into your marketing, and I guarantee that you'll get results. Example of a unique content. This is the solution that I have been working on for the last 3 months, theforcereport.com. It is a one main blog site, 10 subdomain niche blog sites. It's over 2,500 pages right now. There's over 200 reviews in there right now for not only franchises, but also for MLM companies. There's over 50 posts a week that are going on to this. 10 different profitable niches as I described, growing and continually growing. We're going to add a new niche about every quarter. All kinds of relevant ebooks and reports. Remember Juan was talking about if you got to do a report to gain credibility, to gain that expert status. When people land on this, they're going to hover around you. They're going to be around you, and you're going to build your value long before you ever talk to them on the phone. So what do you think happens when you talk to them on the phone? They're like, oh, you're Michael Force, and they're very excited to work with you because you've already established your credibility, your expert status. And now this is not just for me, because this is actually already humming along right now at about 50 to 100 leads a day just from one SEO site out of the 10 that we already SEO'd. Backlinking, everything's coming in every single day, but it grows over time. So it's going to end up being probably 15,000 to 20,000 leads a month. And so we're going to end up funneling that into